fighting out of the red corner, Justin Fisher.
If you think it's going to be easy, if you think you're just going to get that business started without any trial or tribulation, forget about it. Don't even try to be successful. It's a wrap. It's not going to be easy. But I want you to feel that pain going through your body. And as pain leaves your body, guess what's going to take its place? Success. It only takes one extra push-up. It only takes one extra mile. It only takes one extra brain. It only takes one extra...
Time for the main event. What you think about this one?
Easily the toughest pro fight for either man. Definitely lives up to the billing of a main event.
Yeah, they both looking in great shape. I was at the weigh-ins yesterday. They both weighed in on.
To me, the question is rust. It's been February 2012 was the last time that Crockett had an MMA fight. That's a 27-month layoff, and we're going to see how he looks. And he comes out firing right away with punches. Goes for a big knee. Fisher tried to block it. Crockett just comes exploding out of the gate.
I don't think there's a rust issue.
Nope. Nope.
Ready to go. Got Justin working for a single on the cage. Crockett working for the unders.
Crockett's definitely got a size advantage.
Yeah, he definitely looks like the bigger man tonight. And I think he surprised him with his striking. His striking actually looks better than I remember.
Really showing some crisp striking. And a takedown, heel trip takedown by Crockett. Is he trying to establish side control?
I've heard from a lot of local fighters that Crockett is really strong on the ground. Really strong guy. Good technique.
Well, a lifelong wrestler,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
From Southwest Virginia.
But Justin ain't no slouch himself.
Not at all.
Coming from a great school like that, man.
Justin came back from a long absence of his own last year. He's won a couple fights since coming back. And Fisher is cut on the forehead. I believe that's coming from Fisher. I'm not sure. He looks like he's cut on the forehead.
If he gets to the left side, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Kind of hard to see exactly the position right now. They're on the opposite side of the cage, referee in the way. It's been all Crockett so far.
I think he's fine right here, but if Crockett can get that leg free, he's in a whole lot of trouble. A whole lot of trouble. Justin just gave the thumbs up.
Yeah.
So he's listening to his coach and letting him burn his shoulder. Huh? looking like he's going to transition to a more right
If he can get it.
now. He's out.
You know,
Still not out
Crockett
of
has
danger.
been staying busy. He has been training, grappling tournaments, doing some other things. Looks like Crockett actually is the one bleeding.
I think they both might be bleeding, actually, Zon.
Big knee by Crockett. Crockett's got a bloody nose. Big kick by Fisher right to the head. Crockett firing back with punches. Ooh.
Both of them swinging for the fences. I
what
think they
these-
gave fight of the night out too early, Zon.
Well, we've seen some good ones. Top half of this card has been pretty much fantastic. I think Crockett is definitely going to have the advantage in the clinch.
I was going to say the same thing. I think Fisher needs to stay in the middle of the cage, and Crockett's he's comfortable where he's at. This is Crockett's game right here.
And Crockett, you know, we did an interview there on MMA Insider. You know, he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's been in this fight game for a long time. He's been in the fight game about as long as OSP.
Yeah.
And he
That's
feels
the only
like
person to beat him.
he feels like he should be on that level. He's not had the opportunity due to some injuries, some other issues, and so.
Well, Crockett's actually done some good things. You know, I don't know if a lot of people know, and you know, that's his story to tell. But he's actually in the past couple of months accomplished some good things, and was really, really close to getting a shot at a really nice thing.
Yes.
You know, so he hasn't really fought, but I'm sure he's been.
And he has
been
that
busting his
ability.
butt. Yeah,
He has that ability for sure.
he's definitely been in the gym. And like I said, both of them look good.
Oh, Crockett. That one caught Crockett square, but he didn't even phase him.
I think
Fisher
I just got hit with a little bit of blood over here a second ago.
I think Fisher hurt Crockett with a couple of those exchanges.
Yeah, like I said, Crockett's definitely in his comfort zone right here against the cage. Fisher needs to get it back to the middle of the cage, and Fisher's going to pull out the win, and Crockett needs to keep it right where it's at.
It's a very difficult round to score.
Yeah.
Big back elbow there by Crockett.
Right there, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was another little sneaky elbow. Fisher's going to have to be careful right there. There's another little sneaky elbow.
And Crockett is bleeding profusely now from the nose and the mouth. 10 seconds.
That's got to affect his breathing. That was a great round right there. That was actually a hard round to score. How do you see that one going?
I don't know. I mean, Crockett came out house of fire at the first, doing a ton of damage.
Yeah.
Control. Fisher gets back up, really changes the round. I mean, I think Fisher really had the advantage those last couple minutes.
Yeah. I think Fisher looks like the fresher man. Crockett definitely looks like he may have the edge in strength-wise.
Crockett has taken some damage to the face. Look at Crockett.
Definitely a good fight. They're both coming from good gyms, both giving it their all, and it's
If you put a gun to my head, I'd probably go Fisher 10-9 on that. Just the way he battled back. Yeah, he took some damage. Came back, did a lot of damage on Crockett. Just a very impressive round. Highly entertaining.
Both of them showed a lot that first round. Both of them looked really good that first round.
Do you wonder about an adrenaline dump for Crockett? Such a long way off.
I think that may play a huge factor because he came out a lot faster than he usually does. You know, I've seen a couple of his fights online, and he usually don't come out that fast. But so I guess we'll see it right here. Fisher definitely don't look gassed.
No, he does not.
Fisher looks like he's loving every minute of it.
That's what they say about him. He's always got kind of that happy-go-lucky attitude.
Oh yeah, he loves what he's doing. He loves to fight.
I think on the actual stand-up exchanges, Fisher's had the advantage for the most part.
In the center of the cage, I think Fisher's got a really big advantage. He has took a couple of knees though.
Crockett going for the double leg. Fisher did have the cage there.
Crockett back to his strong point.
What do you think you have to watch out for the most right now if you're Fisher? Any particular tactic or submission if you're fighting Daniel Crockett right now?
Just about anything right there. You know, this is where Crockett wants to be. He's probably just content with laying there and landing a couple shots and winning the round. You know, if he gives him a submission, he's definitely going to take it. But I think he's just wanting to lay there and grind and try to maybe get this round. Fisher definitely needs to get up. Crockett needs to stay where he's at, and Fisher needs to get up.
He's doing it. Crockett going for the guillotine. I don't think he's got it.
Now that guillotine.
It's hard to tell. He's got those hands locked.
That guillotine looks pretty deep. I don't know. Well, he's out. He's out.
Fisher gets his head free. And now Fisher has Crockett in a bad spot.
If I was Fisher, I'd just back out and make him stand up. I'd back completely out.
That's what he does.
Fisher playing to the crowd a little bit. I think Fisher is definitely the fresher fighter. I think the longer this goes, the more it plays into Fisher's hands.
That's where I think that long layoff is playing a factor.
Yeah.
And now Fisher has Crockett up against the cage and releases. Oh, big shot to the head.
Now Fisher playing the cage game. I think he feels like he's fading a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, Crockett's always dangerous. He's a stud in jiu-jitsu and a hell of a wrestler. You know, so
and now Fisher with the takedown. Fisher, Crockett's got
right
the arm.
He's
almost had the armbar right there.
Yeah.
Didn't need much of a window. Trying to tie up Fisher from the bottom here. Fisher probably trying to piston up, do some ground and pound. Elbow to the head by Crockett. Fisher trying to posture up. Lands the one shot. Fisher trying to stack Crockett. Definitely a main event that's lived up to the billing so far.
Yeah. It's a great fight right here. Fisher, Crockett's still working. Crockett's definitely still dangerous where he's at. If I was Fisher, I would keep it standing.
Crockett said he was
through. But at the same time, he's confident in his jiu-jitsu. You know,
big elbow, over the top elbow by Fisher. Crockett had said, you know, he's through having boring fights. This fight is anything but.
Yeah, oh, definitely. This is the most exciting fight I've seen Crockett have.
And now Fisher to side control. This crowd is into it. Fisher trying to work to mount. Big elbows by Fisher.
Crockett definitely needs to get up.
Crockett, is that going to finish this fight? I actually thought Crockett might have tapped there for a second. I thought he might have tapped. Fisher's like really laying it on him.
There for a minute. Crockett's definitely tough. I don't see neither one of them's going to lay down. I mean,
I would have been surprised, but I thought I saw him tap the mat briefly there. Obviously, he didn't. Another elbow.
I would back up and make him stand up if I was Fisher. He's definitely.
Oh, up kick.
Oh, Elsa. Fisher definitely needs to be careful of them up kicks because that first one looked like it didn't feel too good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would have just let Crockett stand back up.
I would have made him stand up.
He's had the advantage in most of the boxing. He changes the striking, he changes on the feet.
Well, I'd give this one to Fisher.
Yeah, clearly.
Maybe a 10. Uh-oh. And that's why Crockett's always dangerous. You know, if you ask anybody that's rode with him or getting any grappling contest, everybody's always said that Crockett is a beast. You know, until the final bell, he'll be dangerous. Much like
the Jones Kane amateur title fight we saw tonight, Dustin. I think you could easily see it being 1-1 right now or 2-0 Fisher.
Yeah.
Crockett definitely lost that round pretty decisively.
Looks like Crockett's taking some deep breaths. Fisher's still over here laughing and smiling and, you know, he's a character. Tonight's just been one good fight after another. You know,
it's been a very well-matched card.
They did a
lot of action.
Yeah. did a real good job.
We've seen about 2 or 3 straight fights I thought would be fight of the night, and they've all honestly topped one another.
Yeah.
And that's not me trying to shill. That's just being straight talk from just seeing it here
They needed
Cape
about 9 plaques for tonight, didn't they, for fight of the night? They could have fight of the night A, B, C, and D.
Might be a few MMA-Insider.com Fight of the Year nominees coming out of this card. So we go to the final round of the night. It's been a
Fisher got the crowd behind him now. I think Crockett's got his crowd behind him.
Both fighters have some real crowd support tonight, as you would expect in a main event. Third round, we're going to see what happens here. I think if you're Crockett, you got to go for the finish. Even if you don't get it, you have to be the aggressor.
Maybe 1-1, but I think his corner is probably telling him he needs to finish. Now Justin, I think he's content with just keeping it in the center of the cage, where I think he's got the advantage. He landed a hard knee right there. That's third or fourth knees, man. He's got to be careful putting his head down. If Crockett gets him the right way, he's going to put him to sleep with one of those knees.
Watch the kick. Fisher just has faster hands right now.
Yeah, he's just faster with his stand-up. Crockett needs to get back to where he's good to put him on the cage and try to put him on his back and do damage there. In the center of the cage, I just don't.
Fisher's done enough damage with his striking. If he's able to keep distance, Crockett can't get that takedown that he needs.
Eric for a certain combination he wants to fight him.
Crockett trying for the takedown.
Got it right here above us. Crockett working for the double.
You can hear Crockett. Well, Crockett is really breathing hard.
Yeah. Fisher needs to get off the cage. Oh, Fisher landed some hard shots. I just got hit with
big knee by Fisher. You know what? I agree with you. Crockett doesn't have any quit in him, but at this point, I just don't know how much. He's not going to quit, but I wonder how much is left in the tank. He's obviously tired.
He'll definitely go all night, but I think, like you said, he came out. Probably his coach wanted him to. Maybe with the time off, he probably didn't.
Just a withering combination of punches by Fisher. Crockett takes a ton of more punishment. Back down on the mat. Fisher has the top advantage.
Crockett taking some deep breaths.
Crockett's going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat if he's going to win this fight at this point. We've seen it already a couple times tonight.
He's working for submission right now. Crockett's got to get up. He has to get up right now. He can't stay there. He needs to have a very active forward right now.
You know, we've seen a couple fights tonight where the guy is down and getting dominated and is able to sneak out the win and with a submission or something to that effect.
Like I said, Crockett's still dangerous to the bell range. He got really legit. Fisher still has to be careful, even though he's on top and he's at the moment dominating the fight. It could change if Crockett's down.
Oh! Fisher posturing up, 3 big left. Blood flying out of the cage. Crockett. Oh, up kick. That one got Fisher square, but he just kind of laughs it off.
Crockett's got to shoot in. Crockett needs to go for the takedown. Crockett's got to do something. I don't see how he can win the fight in the center of the cage.
I can't imagine, but if you're going against an opponent who's just smiling at you the whole time, that's just got to be infuriating for you.
Moralizing.
A little bit of the mental game at work for Fisher.
Well, that's how Fisher trains like that. That's every time I've ever seen Fisher, whether it's at a fight or in fight, that's it.
Oh!
He loves fighting.
Another combo by Fisher. Crockett is on rubber legs. Fisher firing away. Crockett starting to cover up. And Dustin Crockett is just taking a pounding in this round on the feet.
Crockett's got to, I don't know what he's got left in the tank, but he's got to dig and try to pull something out. Crockett needs to get back to his feet or on top or something. He can't win the fight right there.
Crockett obviously is tired. I'm sure Fisher is feeling the fatigue at this point after almost 15 minutes of single combat here. If you're in Justin's position, Dustin, what are you looking to do at this point? Just stay out of trouble?
Crockett's got to do something now. 5 seconds left. I think, like you said, he used a lot of energy in that first round. He just didn't have enough in the second and third round.
We go the distance in our main event. And what I would expect will be a decision win for Justin Fisher.
Yeah, I'd say it's either 29-28 or it could be 30-27. It's definitely Fisher. He won the second and third round.
We'll await the official word for Dustin Long. John Morehouse here signing off from 3FC 21.
Before we get to the decision, make some noise for your main event. After 3 rounds of professional middleweight action, we go to the judges' scorecard for decision. All 3 judges scores about the same, 32